Hey guys, welcome back to Georgia and Liv, and in today's video I'm going to be doing some hair tips and my hair care routine. So let's get started. Now I'm going to be doing a story time on how my hair used to be whereas how it is now, or how I transformed it to be. So in the end of 2020, I cut my hair to be like up to my shoulders. I'd never done this before, so it was a very big cut and I loved it at first, don't get me wrong. But after a while, I always wore my hair in high ponytails and I hated that I couldn't wear it like that without it looking good. So I decided that I wanted to start growing it out, but as much as I tried, it just would not grow out on its own. Ignore the fact that I've got 2 missing nails, by the way. So around the start of 2022 is when I actually, or start to the middle of 2022 is where I actually started taking care of my hair. And ever since then, it from 2020 to like the start of 2022, it went from here to about like here, like in those like a year and a half, and then in probably less than a year or even a year, it went from like about here to all the way down here. Like it just grew so fast as soon as I started taking care of my hair. I used to, in 2021, I used to get massive mats in the back of my hair because this is the brush that I'd use to brush my hair. And I still do use this brush, but it's just for like putting up my hair. I don't actually use it to fully brush through my hair. Like I wouldn't even properly brush it, like it'd be so light because I hated my hair being pulled. So this is a picture of what my hair used to be like. I'll put one up there. And then this is a picture of what it turned to within, like, I'll put the date up here as well of like when it had grown that long. Also, Olivia's going to be doing a video on curly hair tips because she has some great curly hair tips. So the first tip that I'd give you is that don't use one of these brushes. Use one of these hard brushes with like the proper bristles. Don't get me wrong, these brushes are great, but use them for putting up your hair once you've properly brushed it. Or if your hair's like super, oh, that's my ribbon. If your hair's super duper knotty, like you can slowly brush it with this and then move on to this. I'm gonna do a tip on like now I'm gonna like show you how I brush my hair. So I've already brushed this side like just before. So this one's like before, sorry, this side's before and this side is after you brush your hair like this. So also, because I hate like the pain of it, I try and hold my hair like about halfway here, and you have to start from the bottom and make your way up. And also always do behind because that's where I used to get like the most knots. And then slowly but surely work your way up, and then like that's how I brush my hair with the least amount of pain. So if you just brush your hair straight like from the top when it hasn't been brushed before this, it's gonna probably create more knots down the bottom, so it therefore will hurt more. By the way, I'm not any type of hair professional, so if these tips don't work for you, like this is just what worked for me and how my hair grew super long. These may not work for everybody, and if this isn't what you'd like to see, or like you don't think these tips are very good, then you totally don't have to listen to this. This is kind of tip number 2, but it also relates to tip number 1, and that is brushing your hair day and night, like as soon as you wake up or when you're getting ready and when you go to sleep. The next thing I used to do that was so bad for my hair is every single day I'd wear my hair up in a high ponytail, just like all the way up, like middle part as well, every single day for like years and years and years. I would not stop wearing that hairstyle. Like I'll put up a few photos here of me literally over the years wearing high ponytails because they were my favorite style to wear. And I know that they are like, yeah, they may look really good, but if you're wearing them every single day, your hairline is gonna, believe me, my hairline's taken some damage. The worst thing about this is that I used to sleep with my hair up in those ponytails, tightly wrapped. Like I used to put the hair tie around as many times as I can, plus put a scrunchie on there as well. You just say, please do not do that. Which leads me to tip 3, have a protective hairstyle that you can keep your hair in after you've brushed it at night. The best hairstyle for this is a low like plait or braid, whatever you want to call it. Or any type of plait or braid to whatever works. And I also sometimes, if I want to get my hair out of my face, I'll do a high ponytail with a silk scrunchie, and I'll only like twist it around like 2 or 3 times. Like that is it. If I do that, it's going to be very, very loose on my hair so that it's not pulling on my hair too much. Also, having it in like a low braid, I usually like to do like one plait down here, just from here to here. And what helps with that is that in the morning you won't have any of like these bumps here. Your hair will just be like straight from there to there. You won't have a weird bump in your hair if you're wanting to wear it out, and also it'll be like slightly wavy. Personally, I really love. Now to tip 4. Now tip 4 is that only shampoo your hair like once or twice a week, unless you've like been in the pool or been in the surf or something other than those reasons. If you're just normally like wanting to wash your hair every day, please do not. Especially if your hair's oily. If you think that your hair like is so oily and you've got to like wash it every single day, this isn't going to help. It's just going to make the oil reproduce even more, because you're stripping the oils away from it, and then it's just having to reproduce more oils for your hair. This is going to sound really weird, but you've got to train your hair to like keep those oils to a minimum. Now how you do this is that you have to wash your hair less and less and less, and it's going to seem like it's getting more oily, but it actually, if you keep doing this, it's going to get less oily. And another tip for oily hair, I have oily hair. My hair used to literally get oily after like the first or second, like probably like second day after I washed it, like to the point where it looked wet. Like it actually looked so disgusting. And now I washed it on, I think, Saturday, and it is, or Sunday, and it's currently Wednesday. Like it used to be looking like it's wet by now, and I didn't even wash it properly. Like that was just a quick wash because we were at a hotel. But like what? Tip 5, and it also like goes with washing your hair. If you have dandruff or something like that, get a dandruff shampoo and double shampoo. Like not necessarily with a dandruff shampoo, just like shampoo once and then do a separate shampoo another time, and then yeah, like that is just going to help the oils so much, like to like kind of take them away so much more, because, and it also makes sure that your hair is extra clean. The next tip is that you only, this is like for shampooing and conditioner, I think this is tip 6, only put shampoo in the top half of your hair. It's going to run down your hair and clean your ends anyways, so there is no point in putting it down here. And also I think it dries your ends out, but like don't like test me on that, because I have no idea if it actually does. And then only put conditioner on the bottom half of your hair, because I'm pretty sure it makes your hair more oily when you put it on your scalp. And so I only put conditioner in the bottoms of my hair. And also, if you're doing a hair mask, do the hair mask before you do the conditioner, because the hair mask is like nourishing your hair and making it nice and soft, and the conditioner like traps all that moisture in, like makes it, it's kind of like a finishing base kind of thing. It's kind of like a moisturizer for your hair. Tip 7 is that you should start oiling your hair before having like a scalp oiling routine. Pretty much you should have like an oiling routine. Now I know some of you are going to be like, Georgia, I already have oily hair, and like you're telling me to oil it more. Yes, please do oil it more. It actually, like, I don't know really what it does, but it just makes your hair so much softer and nicer, and like it's just so much better. So I use this hair oil. It makes my hair so soft, like so glossy and soft and just so pretty. And then I also use a hair massager, and I kind of like gently rub it in circles all around my head. And I think this like what's it called, stimulates blood flow or something. And yeah, it's meant to be really good for your hair. This is another tip, so tip 8. This was probably should have been mentioned before this, but it's that like whenever you're having a shower but not wanting to wash your hair, put it up and like like make sure that it's up and you're not getting it wet, because if you're getting it wet, it's pretty much like you are washing your hair when you're actually not, and it just has to dry over and over again, and it's just gonna make your hair like just, it didn't make my hair very nice. Now tip 9, which is the second last tip, is that try not to overly brush your hair when it's wet, as like when it's wet it's like at its weakest state. So if you're constantly brushing it with like a very rough brush like over and over again when it's wet, it's going to pull out so much more hair than it would when it's like dry. It's fine if you brush your hair like a little bit, like especially if you have curly hair. If you have curly hair, brush your hair, but like if you have like straight or slightly wavy hair, it's okay to brush it a little bit, but just be super duper gentle. And I usually brush mine a little bit and then I scrunch it and then put it in like a protective style. Now the last tip that I'm going to give you guys is that find a hair brand and hair products that work for your specific hair type. For example, I use a dandruff shampoo. That's because I have dandruff in my hair. It is normal. It is not something to like be ashamed of if you have dandruff in your hair. It literally, everybody gets it, just some people get it more than others. And like also with the brand thing, I have been using this for a little, like it hasn't been that long, but I've been starting to use just that brand of hair oil, and I've already noticed like a difference in how shiny my hair is. So ignore the fact, I think my voice is going a little bit croaky, but that's okay. On the brands thing as well, I know that Olivia will probably mention this in her video, but she has a specific brand of stuff that she uses for her hair, and she's been using that for a while now, and like she just sticks to that brand. And yeah, it doesn't really go to any other brands because she doesn't know how they're gonna work. I'm just gonna add one more last tip, and that is make sure you're getting regular haircuts. And you might think like, well, why would I get regular haircuts? Like that's just trimming my hair shorter. Just do get a trim, because those dead ends, they need to be cut off for your hair to grow longer. Like I know that as soon as I cut, even though my hair was up to here, and then I started taking care of it, and then we had to cut it back up to about here, but then it just grew so fast. Like as soon as I cut my hair, it grows so long, like super fast. Anyways, I hope that at least one of these tips was helpful to you guys. If not, then I'm really sorry, but I'm not a professional at all, and I don't really know a lot about what I'm talking about. But yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed this video and come back to see Olivia's curly hair tips, because I know that they are going to be so helpful, especially for curly haired like girls. And yeah, I can't wait to see you guys in our next video. Bye.